And cheers everybody, this is Bronsoon, the real co-leader of the team Still Unboomable. Happen to be sitting here with the real leader of the team, Miss Boom Bitch Angie. Say hello, Angie.
Hey everybody.
So we went ahead and we sent that non-defense pack, and it was, nice to have a nice bit of fresh air, a little chance to breathe. As you can see, we went ahead and sent him over to less unboomable, a little more fitting for a man of his stature, his minuscule fuzzy stature. As you can see, he's not even the leader of that team over there, and he doesn't even deserve to be. As you can see, that I am on the top of this team, and rightfully so, with 763 victory points. You notice I'm also leading the team regular weekly basis with 79 intel currently, and I'm on vacation. I barely even had to try. What I wanted to do is go ahead and get this YouTube channel steered in the right direction, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how a real, serious, hardcore boomer goes ahead and does things. As you can see, as a part of this video, I went ahead and took the liberty of clearing my map completely, even taking the time to get all resource bases, except for this stubborn bugger over here. We'll deal with that later. Now, as a part of my strategy, is a strategy that I really think everybody should implement in their boom beaching. It's called an American Express card. Now, I know that I'm a member of Australia, but the American Express card is a fantastic strategic tool to be used in boom beach. Now, what I wanted to do is go ahead and show you how we could implement this in our daily booming. Now, as you can see here, I went ahead and successfully destroyed a level 55 NPC, as everyone should be doing. So I'll just go ahead and pull that up. Although, la-di-da, the level, 8 scorches, the level 15 tanks. As you can see, I just got plenty of powder, just doing fine. I'm just bombing things like mad. I don't really understand why people think Boom Beach is so hard. As you can see, this is so easy. Anybody could do it, really. I'll just go ahead and show up another one of my brilliant spectacles of boom beaching. As you can see here, this was a player base, level 62. Pish posh applesauce. I'll just go ahead and just roll right over through him. See, here we go, view that. Now this particular attack, this is what I call the blindfold approach, and that's where I actually put a blindfold over my eyes, and I tied one of my fingers behind one of my hands behind my back, just to give myself, make it a little bit of a challenge. Now, as I'm going through and I'm giving coaching advice to the various team members, and they're asking me, Bronson, how can I exactly be more like you with your spectacular skills? And I'm like, well, it's really quite simple. You're going to need to make at least $185,000 a year to start. You're going to need a considerable amount of what they would call expendable income. Now not everybody has time to do it the hard way, like non-defense, what a silly little guy. And you can see where all his hard work got him, all over there on less unboomable, and rightfully so. So I'm just going over here. Really, I don't even need as much time that I took. I could have just went ahead and focused, but as I mentioned before, going in blind with one hand tied behind your back, you got to give me a little bit of slack there. I think at this point I went ahead and did start peeking at the blindfold just to make sure things were pointed in the right direction, and also just in case I did beat it a little faster than I suspected, I reckoned I needed to kind of know what was going on. Didn't want to be staring at a blank screen, you know what I mean. And that's how we went ahead and beat Diablo, level 62. Wasn't even that hard. Here's another level. This is a level 63. Now, of course, all these level 63s out there, they feel like, oh, if they just go ahead and use all this ice, then they'll be just fine. And I'm just thinking, right, mate, right. I'll just go ahead and just share that so everyone can appreciate my greatness. I'll just share that right up there, my greatness. That's important. The team really appreciates me sharing this information so they can benefit from it as well. Now here I went ahead and went through Dr. Terror Stage 1, excuse me, Dr. T, after the Paris bombings. We're not allowed to call him Dr. Terror anymore, which is just bollocks in my opinion. So we'll just go ahead and share this. Now I could have easily just went, or not share it, we're just going to play this. Now I could have easily just went ahead and dropped some critters, or maybe even just tossed a little bit of my extra gunboat over there, but I decided to drop some tanks, eat up some of this free gunboat, I'm sure. Oh, go ahead and pull that up. There we go. Speed things along. You know, I don't want to leave the folks at home, you know, just sitting around bored. Not that any attack that I'm a part in could ever be boring. Now, as I'm sitting here going through these attacks and you're watching with jealous rage, just remember that, you know, not everybody can reach the levels that I've reached. There are certain people who can only, you know, make, you know, somewhere around $85,000 a year. And of course, Mr. Bombastic is, you know, bowing down, rightfully so. Right. Let me tell him to get back to his busy work. Carry on, soldier. Very good. Alright, a little bit of a typing error, but whatever. So we got more important work to do, which is, you know, focused on my attacks and my skill. So we'll just go ahead and pull this up. Did we look at Terror 2? Excuse me, Dr. T2. I'm politically correct. Dr. Terror is a villain. He's a terrorist. Why can't we call him that? Right. Speed things along. So I just went ahead and took out the boom cannon. There's really nothing to it, mate. Throw the critters. Anybody could do this. And now we'll go ahead and pull up, excuse me, we'll go ahead and pull up T3. View that. As you can see, there's a lot of strategic thinking, and whenever I attack, it has mostly to do with my ability to just completely overpower things. A lot of skill involved there, mate. Now, I know a lot of you at home are sitting there wondering, you know, once again, what more can they do to be more like myself? And really beyond that, really not much, because I've kind of reached a whole nother level of greatness. Now, I know when I first joined the team, Miss Still Unboomable, I joined in, and everyone immediately recognized my skill. Even, you know, little non-defense. Yes. When I first joined, I just, you know, this nun, he came into the chat, and, you know, he acted like he wanted to be a really involved leader and, you know, kind of manage things and talk about strategy. And I was like, right, mate, surely you've noticed that I can beat level 53 resource bases, and I'm only a level 45. That was at the time. I've improved greatly since then. Oh, non-defense. Silly bugger. He actually acts like he wasn't impressed, but everybody knows. I mean, you can't be. You can't be not impressed when someone's demonstrating the kind of mad skills that this Aussie is. A lot of people wonder where I'm from. Clearly, I'm from Australia, but I also am half Kiwi on my mother's side. It's not something I talk about too often. I am proud of my mother's heritage as a Kiwi, you know, but I consider myself more of an Aussie at heart. I do have some family and relatives in the New Zealand area, you know, in the New Zealand area. That's where my Kiwi roots come from. They're good people. They're a good lot. I do like to poke fun at them a little bit, and they vice versa, but that's how it goes. The little Aussie-Kiwi rivalry going on. I had one buddy who was a Kiwi, and he called me Skip. And I said, well, buddy, my name is not Skip. I'm actually Bronsoon. And he just kept calling me Skip. And that's when I shot him. It's totally legal in Australia, love. Don't even worry about it. Alrighty, so that was just T6 there. Or T5, just a breeze. Now this, by the time I get to T6, that's usually about in correlation to about wherever I am on T6, I'm about 1 plus that on Biz. So if I'm on T6, that means I'm on Biz7. So B7, that's how that works. So we'll just go ahead and show Biz7, I'm sorry, T6. Now, of course, you know, all you average boomers out there just look at this and be like, oh, you know, whatever, pish posh, you know. But, of course, or excuse me, you would be, of course, really overwhelmed and, you know, think that absolutely no way, you know, someone of your level would be able to handle this. Me, not so much. I was doing T6 probably around level 23. And by level 23, I was specifically referring to my credit rating. It's a different currency system in Australia. It's kind of upside down, being in the southern hemisphere and all. So as you can see, just let the scorches do what the scorches do. That's why I brought them to the party. Now many people have to go through the trouble of leveling up their scorches and start out at level 1 and going to level 2 and working all the way to level 3. Now mine actually started out at level 7. And this of course was T7, which means B8. And after the win, that's where we start going on Jack Daniels 30. Now I know what a lot of you at home are thinking, you know, that seems like an awfully light drinking session while you're booming. They're like, yeah, I like to take it easy. I know, us Aussies, we're known for our drinking, but, you know, it's important that I take it slow on a work night. As you can see here, there's really nothing to it, just throwing my insanely powerful gunboat and my insanely powerful scorches and tanks over here on the right side. There's really not much that Dr. T could do to stop me. I have to give the bloke credit though, he definitely always tries. Carry on, Dr. T, carry on. Like a little repositioning over here to work on the HQ. I did lose a scorcher there, but no worries, mate. I was getting about done at the end of my little booming run. And that was the last attack. I'd love to show you some more live, but I'd only have this one resource base over here, and it's getting kind of late where I am. For those who don't know, I am currently on a European vacation with my beautiful wife, Sarah, and we are here for her cousin's wedding. I almost said funeral. I wish. A few more beers will take care of that. Tell you a little bit about my personal life before I move along and wrap this video up. I do run a very successful bridge building business. I love to build bridges. I will build bridges on things that don't even want to connect. It's just something that I really enjoy doing. Another thing about me, I have a beautiful daughter. Her name is Willow, the absolute apple of my eye. In fact, I don't have, for personal security reasons, I'd rather not put any of our photos out there on the YouTube, but I do have some photos of some cute babies. I'll go ahead and show you now. Just pull that right on up. It'll load in just a moment there. No worries, mate. Now this wretched little creature here is not nearly even a fraction of beautiful as my daughter, but I thought maybe you'd get some kind of imagine. You know, these forward eyes here, just imagine that the beautiful eyes and this chin was a little more perfect. That would be a better representation of my daughter. Now imagine all the best parts of this baby here, and then imagine the best parts of this baby here. Take away most of this baby, but then add some of the good parts of this baby. And we're getting close to my Willow. Let's see. Another way to compare it would be to look at some cute pictures of baby kangaroos. Now I know a lot of the Non-Defense's audience is American audience, so they'll certainly appreciate some cute pictures of baby kangaroos. Now of course this is the way that I prefer to think of kangaroos. I'll just go ahead and pull that up. Sorry about the delay, it's a busy screen. Very good. Yes, sir. Now, if that seems a little harsh for you folks at home, you just have to understand. Here in Australia, it's just not the only good kangaroo is dog food. Alrighty, so I went ahead and went on about myself long enough. Let's take a moment to just go ahead and appreciate the greatness that is still unboomable. You know, mostly due to Angie and myself. Non-Defense, he likes to go out and pretend that he's helping people and goofing off, but he's really just wasting time. It's Intel and VP, folks. That's where it comes down to. You'll notice that right now we're at our highest victory force points ever at 9,983. If you look at our stats, that currently ranks us at 8,003. That means there are only 8,002 teams ahead of us. It is absolutely a pleasure being the co-leader of this team and working with these fine blokes and lasses. There's a couple of felines out there. Of course, Angie and Miss Holly. I reckon that's about all that I can say about myself. Again, I would go ahead and handle this resource base, but not right now. Oh, and there's a little guy right here. I've been battling it out with him for some time, but it's only a matter of time. So at this point, I reckon I would just go ahead and wrap this thing up. I think that, quite frankly, I don't think this YouTube thing is going to work out for me. I'll probably just let Mr. NONEsense handle back this part, let him feel like he's doing anything useful. Now, if you're out there and you're looking for a team that you can join, as you can see, we are not accepting new members, but we do need to fill up a couple of spots in order to replace Mr. Defense. So if you happen to be a high-level teammate with level 8 Scorchers, then you're certainly welcome to come in and step in his place. Well, alright folks, I want to thank you so much at home for watching. I want all of you to remember that we are still unboomable, and remember, wait, let me get that outro again. I want you to remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, be easy. Thank you, folks.